Hello, this is Matt from tracyandmatt.co.uk and from unboxings.com, and here I have the Logitech Squeezebox Radio, which is basically a network music player which can play music from the internet over Wi-Fi, and also using your own locally stored music, say from your PC or your Mac. So we're going to take a quick look at the hardware before we do a full review. So right in the top here we have the manual and quick start guide, which is basically printed in a variety of languages, so there's not too much reading there if you don't really want to have to worry about it. Actual network radio box here in the middle. I'm going to pop back to that in a second once I've emptied the box itself. Also in the inner box, well, that's everything for the main box. There's an inner box which contains a 3-pin 3.5mm jack, cable, so you can plug in external sort of music players that have a 3.5mm jack. A couple of bits and pieces of stickers there. Just empty the lot out. And well, basically we just have a wall charger with a UK 3-pin plug, and that's really all there is. There's also a European plug there if you want to use that. That's everything that's inside the box, so not a great deal. So the player itself kind of looks like an ordinary radio. There's a large speaker on one side with a screen, which is actually a colour screen, a number of preset buttons down the side, 6 in total, home button, alarm, and a few other bits and pieces on the side. There's a rewind, play and pause, and then a big dial in the middle which actually just winds round. That helps us actually go through the menus. It actually has a push button there as well, and then the volume control is just underneath. Unusual for the volume control not to be the largest, typically they are. On the side have 3.5mm headphone sockets, so we can plug in obviously external headphones. And on the back we'll have kind of an area there that allows us kind of to get hold of it and sort of hand hold it if we wanted to. And then we have a LAN connector, so we can actually plug it into a wired Ethernet, and then audio in, which is what we use that 3.5mm jack cable for, and that's where we actually plug in our power supply. It does have built-in batteries as well, so we can use it wirelessly. So I can imagine that perhaps we might want to take this out in the garden and still be able to listen to the music that we have stored on the PC indoors and stuff like that. So that's a whistle-stop tour of the hardware. If I actually just refer back to the box, I can just show you that it does work with Last.fm and Live 365, as well as all these other music services. And in terms of actual music playing from music files that you already have, it works with almost all of them, quite frankly. It works with FLAC, MP3, AAC, protected music content that comes from Apple, so that's pretty cool. Let's just actually plug this in and see if we can get it to power up. So let's just plug that in and see if we can turn it on. As you can see, the display has just illuminated there. And it comes up Free Your Music. And then it boots up, and then we have Now Playing, we have My Music, we have Settings. If we pop into Settings, we have Audio Settings, Brightness, Choose Player, Home Menu, Image, Viewer, Screen, Advanced, and everything in between. So if we can come back out of there, My Music and Now Playing. Let's see if there's anything actually stored on here. I don't know if it has internal memory. Perhaps it doesn't. So it's saying that we can't actually connect. Let's see if we can actually go ahead and connect. Go into Advanced, Networking, choose Network, connect to wireless network. And there are several here. Let's go ahead and connect to that one. Oh, I've got to enter our password by going through the dial. That's going to take us a little while. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, let's try to connect. Let's see if it does so. Connected. So we can choose a network, which obviously I already have in there, or we can switch to my Squeezebox. And we can go to Internet Radio. Let's go to Staff Picks. Let's go to Andy's Picks. play. It's just connecting. Turn that down. As you can see, it connected pretty quickly, and that's really without really knowing too much about it. It's the first time I've used it, so it's pretty easy to get up and running. I want to obviously connect it to my own music as well, but it just tells you that what's playing and the fact that it's Liquid Stranger, a few bits and pieces like that. And if I turn the music up, what you're not going to obviously be able to appreciate over the video is actually what the audio quality is like. But it is an extremely weighty piece of kit, and I can tell you that the actual loudspeaker in there is pretty decent, so there was a fair amount of bass coming from it. Obviously there's only one speaker there. Whether or not that has sort of a clever arrangement to sort of produce a sort of stereo image, I'm not really sure, but we'll have a look at that in a bit more detail. So that is the Logitech Squeezebox Radio. That is a very quick look at it, obviously, as you can appreciate. I'm going to be actually reviewing it over the next couple of weeks, and I'll go away and actually connect it to my own music and all that sort of stuff, and see what else it's good for. And I'll be back with a full review on tracyandmatt.co.uk very soon.